As promised, let's go to this conversation. Authorities are counting the costs of the damage caused by gale-force winds in the Eastern Cape over the weekend. Gusts of up to 117 kilometres per hour were measured by the Weather Service. Now, at least 3 districts in the province have been affected, with Buffalo City Metro being the hardest hit. Let's get a sense now of how things are looking on the ground. Zolile Williams is the Eastern Cape COGTA MEC and joins us live now. Dr. Williams, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. You've had a few days now to look at, the damage and assess the situation on the ground. What is it telling you?
Well, greetings to you and the viewers. Yeah, the gusty winds were quite devastating for Buffalo City Metro and many other districts in our province. Yes, our analysis is that climate change is really conspiring against our province, because recently we've experienced serious flooding of the province and we're still dealing with that, and now gusty wind affected us over the past weekend. But I can indicate that our disaster teams were on alert since Friday last week, when we got an indication from South African Weather Services that we must expect gusty winds in that weekend. So when we woke up on Sunday, our teams were already on site to try and attend to the challenges of houses being destroyed by the wind, gale-force winds, in NU10, in Tanzania. Many of the wards have been covered by gusty wind, and in Stony Drift, where we've regrettably lost a life of a person, and in another area of Potsdam, we also lost a life there, and 30 members of the community were affected because their shacks were destroyed, and we were able to respond with speed into that action, where all the 30 were accommodated in the community hall. And we are busy now trying to repair their houses. And the Department of Human Settlements nationally has made an assessment and completed yesterday. And so we're expecting that intervention to come so that those people can return back to their homes. All
right. And you talk about climate change conspiring against your province, and climate change is a reality now. And I wonder, are there serious climate change plans that the province has put in place to ensure that you deal with this, because it's a reality, it's not going to go away?
Indeed, our cabinet has in the past few months adopted a risk strategy which analyzes all the districts in our province and the response plans that we should develop per district. So in respect of our readiness in terms of risk assessment, we are on the board with that.
And as you're counting the costs, how much would you say government needs in your province in order to be able to deal with, this particular disaster?
The current disaster has not been costed yet. Our teams are finalizing assessments, and soon we'll be able to determine what the cost is. But I can indicate that electricity infrastructure has been hugely affected, and water infrastructure, such that many communities were without electricity for the past 2 days. But fortunately, because our teams were on the ground, we could return the situation in some of the areas with immediate effect. But areas that are still affected is like the Masingata area around King Williamstown. Eskom is still responding to that particular situation, and we're hopeful that particularly possibly during the midnight, we may have the Masingata area also restored in terms of electricity services.
All right, Dr. Williams, it sounds like your hands are full, but all the best as you try then to make sure that everyone is safe and the province recovers, and just to be able to assist even some of, the residents who have been impacted. We'll keep checking in to see how things are going. And as you say, Human Settlements is coming in. Let me thank you for your time this afternoon. Do appreciate the update. That was Zolile Williams, Eastern Cape COGTA MEC.